Day 5. So, and I'm not sure we went over day 4 yesterday, so let's start with day 4. So it says, Peja has a discount card that reduces the price of her grocery bill in a certain grocery store by 5%. If C represents the cost of Peja's groceries, which expression represents Peja's grocery bill? All right, so remember, it is a discount. Okay, so we want to know what percent we are going to pay of that grocery bill. So if I take that 100% and subtract, actually 5%, I get 95%. And as a decimal, it's 0.95. And then C is the cost of that material. So that answer would be B. All right, number 5 says, a tutor earns D dollars per hour. He will be increasing his hourly wage by 10% starting next month. He tells one of his clients that his new wage can be determined by multiplying his previous wage by 1.5. Is he correct? Write an expression to justify your answer. That is correct, because if you remember, if this is his wage, right, which is X, I would have to multiply that by 0.10 to get the increase. And then we have to add the increase to the original amount. So that means this would be 100% plus that 10%. So 100% plus the 10%. As a decimal, is written as 1.10. Okay? So that's what you should have for day 5. Once again, please make sure you are uploading this into Focus. It is worth 2 points extra credit each week. And some of you are wasting extra credit points, especially since I'm going over everything with you. So all you got to do is just copy the answers and put them down on a piece of paper. It's that easy. All right. So if you will open your books to page 415. So page 415, which is lesson 13.1. Lesson 13.1. Huh? Oh, well, honey, I'm in the middle of this class. I can't. So you have to create a data set that has no mode. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There would be no mode in that data set. And then create a data set that has one mode. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Sorry, guys, I have someone in here working on something. All right, so here we go. So compare center and spread of data displayed in dot plots. So we're going to compare important characteristics of data sets displayed in dot plots to draw conclusions based on data. All right, so at the end of the first week of school, Mr. Parrish asked 15 freshman students how much time they spend studying that week. He also surveyed 15 sophomore students to investigate whether their habits were different. So it says compare the shapes of the dot plots by describing where the values are clustered. Okay, so if you look, right, this is our freshman. most of them are clustered around here. Okay, if we look at sophomore, you can see the biggest cluster is here. So for freshmen, it's clustered around 0.5 and 1. Oh, I forgot the D, and 1. So for the sophomore, it is clustered around 2. All right, so last year at the end of 6th grade, you were supposed to talk about the median, the mean, and usually it's the mode. So we're adding range this year. But we all know that last year what happened was COVID hit, and not a lot of us actually either did work or signed in to do the work. So the mean is what we call the average. So we add all data points, divide by the number of data points. Okay, so we're going to find the mean and the median. And of course, the median is easy. It's the number in the middle. Okay? All right, so what I usually do when we have a dot plot is I put what the total value is of each of these on the top. So instead of saying 0 plus 0 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, is I put the value up here. So I can just go back and add those values. So if I have 4 0.5s, that would give me a total of 2. Come on. Okay, I have 4 1s, so that would give me the value of 4. I have 2 of these, so that would be 3. This would be 2, 2.5, and 3. Okay, but don't mistake this for the number of data points. The number of data points are 15. Okay, so I'm going to add them. So 0 and 2, of course, is 2. So 2 plus, it's 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2.5 plus 3. So that should give me 16.5, and we're going to divide that by 15. Okay, so then in the calculator, I'm going to hit divide by 15, and that answer is 1.1. So that goes in the mean. Okay, the median is the number in the middle. So if I have 15 data points, that means I'm going to have 7 on one side, 7 on the other, and that 15th is going to be in the middle. So you count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the middle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have 7 on one side, 7 on the other. So in this one, the median is 1. Thank you. You still have that pass? Okay, just use that. All right. So now we do the same thing for sophomores. So we're going to add them all up. So this is a value of 2. This would be 4.5. And then this would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This would be 5. This would be 6. And this would be 4. So we're going to add all that up. 2 plus 4.5 plus 10 plus 5 and 6 is 11 plus 4. So that one is 31.5. Still divided by 15. So that mean is 2.1. Is anybody else having problem with the sound cutting in and out? I don't have anything else on, so I don't know why there would be issues. All right, so then the median is the same thing. So 7 and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that 8th number is the middle. So that would be 2. Bye. Let me try to reshare. I got a feeling that the way I'm doing it, it's something to do with that. So let me try it. All right, let's try that and see if that works any better. I just shared it a different way. All right. The range is easy. The range is the difference between the largest and the smallest. So that would be 3 minus 0, which is 3, and 4 minus 1, which is 3. So both data sets have a range of 3. So it says, what do the data sets tell us about the study habits? Well, my mean is 2.1 versus 1.1. My median is 2 versus 1. So I would say sophomore students spend more time studying. So that's what I would say. All right, so how does the dot plot help you look at trends in the data? Okay, so you can look at the shape and spread to get an idea about the range and the median and mean. So that's kind of what the dot plot does. It gives us a visual. All right, am I good? Can I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so guys, if you're having video issues, the only thing I can tell you is it's being taped. And so, you know, once I put it up on YouTube, you can watch it from there. That's the only thing I can tell you. I don't know why y'all are having issues. All right, so let's look at number 2. So this is a short lesson. Bill grows oranges and Carla grows apples. Each farmer selected 13 trees at random and collected the piece of fruit they produced to the nearest 100. So these are trees. So they had 3 trees that produced 300 oranges. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees that produce 400 oranges. So that's what it's kind of asking you for. So it says, how are the shapes of the dot plots alike in terms of their peaks? Well, so if you can see, this one has a peak around 500 and this one has a peak around 400. Okay, so most of the data is clustered around the peaks. So in other words, most of the data is here. Most of the data is clustered around this peak. Okay? There are also no outliers. So that means we don't have one tree that produces 1,000 fruit. There's nothing that's way out here that's going to cause any problems. All right, so we are going to find the median. Okay, so the median of our oranges. So we have 13 is my data set. So that means I should have 6 on one side, 6 on the other, and that 13 or that 7th point would be in the middle. So you count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's your 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the middle. So oranges is 400. Apples is 500. And the median of apples is greater. Okay? All right, so it says use the dot plot to compare the ranges. All right, so what would I do for oranges and apples? The difference between the largest and the smallest. So what do we get?
We're going to subtract 600 to 300.
Yep. And what do we get?
300.
Yeah. And then 700.
700.
What do we get?
300 again.
Yeah. So the ranges are the same. Ranges are the same. All right, so the Turn and Talk says, what information can you find by comparing the ranges of the two sets of data? So this is called spread. So we can see who has the greatest spread. So spread is the amount of data that varies. So sometimes you can see a big spread. So if we would have had an outlier, our spread would be really big. So like if we had 1,000 apples, I would do 1,000 minus 400, which would give me a spread of 600. So that kind of tells me how does that data vary. That's what a spread tells me. All right, so quickly, I want you guys to spend a few minutes on the check understanding, and then we will check it. So I'm going to give you about, 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and check it. Okay? Because I do want us to get to the on your own today. All right, you got about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. One minute. 1 minute. right, so let's look at these. So it says compare the means of the data sets and draw one conclusion. All right, so Club A. Did anybody find the mean for Club A? All right, so these are all the values. When we add those up, we get 12, 20, 15, 18, 14, 16, and 9. So I get 104. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 values. So 5.2. So that is A's mean. B would be 8, 5, 30, 35, 32, and 27. So if I add that together, 8, 5, 30, 35, 32, and 27, I get 137 divided by 20. So I get the mean to be 6.85. Okay, so that tells me my average Club B reads more. Okay, all right, compare the ranges. So A, 9 minus 3, and B is 9 minus 4. So this would be 6, and this would be 5. So, I mean, they're real close together, right? So we could say Club A has a little more variation. Okay? All right, draw one conclusion from the shape of the data distribution. So you can see Club B, most of their data points is down there at 6, 7, and 8. Club B, most data points clustered around 6 through 9. Okay? So that's what you need to do. All right, so on your own, it is very short today. Oh, no, it's not. Why did I have that to be done in one day? Okay, so for you guys, let's just do the front page. Okay, so only number 4. So if you're doing it in Into Math, you're going to have to guess on the rest of it. Okay? But of course, if you actually do it, you're just getting that extra practice. Okay? All right, but if you're doing it on paper, only do number 4. And if you need help, I'm here.